Shine down, shine down, shine down with your crown king. Shine down, shine down, shine down with your crown king. Shine down, shine down, shine down with your crown king.
Leadership before you can, again, as you said, know your role as a team. And so all of us in this room are coaches, whether we realize it or not. He's coaching his little brother in how to act. You guys who may have other siblings, you're coaching your younger siblings in how they need to act. But again, the best of all leaders is the one who helps people so that they eventually do not need them. They won't need the coach because they've been trained. Y'all have to make sure that, again, y'all are training the younger groups that are coming behind, because otherwise the team will not be able to function. But how are people going to function with y'all's generation, again, if we're not training the right leaders to take the reins and step up? You don't want to be last, because we just talked about nobody wants to settle for second or third. You want to be first, right? But who are you training to come up after you? So don't take for granted, again, the training that we have to do as leaders. We have a lot of black men in the room and also a young black queen. We want to make sure that, again, we're passing it down to the younger generation, even outside of your family. Are you training people who are not part of your family, what they need to do, how they need to approach themselves in school? Do you have younger people that you're mentoring? What talents, sports, or classes do you excel in the most? I heard we had football players. I heard we had mathematicians. I heard even what we were talking about, you're about to be graduating soon from Centennial. We had baseball players that you again were raised in the baseball atmosphere. What talents or sports do you excel in the most? These are what we talked about at the beginning with the first speech, your gifts. You have to tap into these things. Who's your mentor?
Shout to all my homeboys that passed away, and all your homeboys that passed away. I send this out to all the fallen soldiers that's in the cemeteries buried, never got to see their dreams. For everything I touch, you touch. For every step I take, you take.
Alright, gonna be alright. Alright, gonna be alright. Alright, gonna be alright.
A lot of people I know, they don't know their fathers. So that's why I'm just making it clear that y'all are blessed. Y'all are definitely in a position that y'all are already getting groomed for success. My father wasn't around when I was y'all's age. So y'all could consider yourself very blessed in that case. But again, I had a lot of males and a lot of young women who actually sold into me at a young age. And so therefore you see the young male that you see before you today. You have to have a mentor to be successful. No matter if it's a parent or coach, a teacher, Miss Onika, your pastor, somebody that's going to tell you straight.
You're not taking care of business, son. You're not taking this serious. Your grades at home, with you arguing with your mom, arguing with your dad, arguing with your brother even, that's not right.
You gotta have somebody that will shoot it straight to you. No hesitation, no delay. Somebody that will tell you, you're doing a great job. Who has a mentor in this room? Raise your hand. A mentor, somebody that you look up to, somebody that coaches you, somebody that tells you when you're out of line, somebody that again lets you know when you're taking care of business and rewards you. A lot of people do not have support out here nowadays, y'all's age. People who don't have leaders and don't have mentors, they again are in a whole different ball game. Y'all are blessed. Again, receive respect, we have to give respect first. Because again, y'all are not too old to know that what you do is a reflection of, again, your family and also your environment. You want to make sure that you're always making sure that you hold yourself accountable, which is different from others who may not know. This is information that people are learning nowadays, but they're not passing it down to the next generation. Your attitude is a reflection of your altitude. That's the way I was always taught in sports. Your attitude is a reflection of your altitude. Does anybody want to coach a player that can't be coached or that doesn't want to be coached? There's many people that make it to professional NBA, NFL, but they're gone literally within 2-3 years. I could probably name about 10 people right now that people thought were going to be poster children and they were going to be very successful, but their attitude and the choices that they make took them out of their opportunity, their blessing. Their attitude took them out because their brand was not founded in the roots that you guys are learning here at the church. And again, God first, family, and then your education. Because you have to have your family and you have to have a support system in order to be successful. And God himself and who we believe in, Jesus Christ, as Christians, we have to make sure that, again, we keep him at the top. Because otherwise, again, it's a weak foundation.
Here we go. I get down for whatever, pound to the sound of the ground, any weather. Storms may come, but conform me never. My mind transformed by words born to live forever scorned, but still I'd rather walk in the light of the truth presented.
You know I'm a wanted man, for reasons you won't understand. Prices on my head, feel like 100 grand, cause I'm on it dead or alive.
You would've thought I was whipping and pushing and selling this dope. Ay, the way that they tell me to get out of town and they ain't for the throat.
People, they create lifestyles. Again, ordinary people, just like some people want to just be ordinary. You just want to get that college degree, that high school diploma. You want to work for somebody else, and you don't want to actually go after your dreams or passions. You may be setting ordinary goals. But extraordinary people, they create lifestyles. What we're discussing today is good character and leadership, because we do believe, and we discuss this amongst our colleagues, that you cannot have a great individual or a great person without highly effective leadership skills and also communication skills. And so we feel that leadership impacts not just your academic success, but even your healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. I work not too far from here at the Lawrenceville Boys and Girls Club. We have students that go to GSMST too, but they're out. They like to socialize. You got to meet other people, just like when you go to college. You got to get outside the dorm room. You can't be stuck in the dorm room all day. Oversaw a lot of the interns from high school, and again, it's based off of what you want to do. We ask when you're able to come to our site, what are some of your passions? What are some of your interests? Just as Mr. Silas asked, what are you interested in doing? We want to even dig deeper than that. What are you passionate about doing when you're outside of school? What are you passionate about doing if you weren't able to get paid for it? What would you do?
I ain't trying to make a living, man, I'm trying to make a life. Right now we some desperados. We are living by the motto. You know, if I die tonight, man, I'm ready for tomorrow. Let's go. They say get out of town. Hey, the truth won't let me lie. What up? They gun it for me, man. Alright.
Yeah. Oh. Here we go. Yeah.
Today's today. We all rise. Like a star.
Try to find your connection. I want you to try to find a piece that fits. Did you get one? I want you to try to find somebody in the room that has your match, because life is all about finding the right connector and also the right match. So we'll take a couple minutes. I know the puzzle pieces are still coming around. If you need one still, you can come up here to the front. There may be some extra ones that people are taking. We'll take a couple minutes. I want to challenge you to try to find your connector. What were some of the things that you learned through this activity?
Well, we had a connecting pieces.
Okay.
And we just found this one. But I was thinking, when you connect them together, you get to, the small details come into one big picture.
So you have to have the smaller pieces to fill the bigger picture, right? Okay, we had one over here. I know you had your hand up.
I was struggling, and so I went back to her because I was irritated, because this is my best friend and ours for a match.
So it was a match?
Yeah.
Wow. Did anybody have to look at somebody on the opposite side of the room that had their piece? What did y'all see with that?
Explore your surroundings.
You had to do a lot of exploring though, right? Did anybody catch somebody that was sitting next to them that was their piece? Well, what did y'all see from that?
I went around the room to almost everyone, and then
we came back.
last. I came back to her and I was like, "Hey, we matched."
Okay, so again, life as we know it, no matter how old you are, it's all about finding the missing piece to your next goal, which again is going to lead you to your lifestyle, which is again is going to make you successful or extraordinary, as E.T. says.
Got my walking shoes on. I can't tell you where I'm going, but I'm walking down this lonely road. But at least the scenery is beautiful.
Some of y'all were sitting next to the person that you needed. That's how life is. Sometimes we may be sitting next to someone in our class throughout 4 years of high school. We may not have talked to them not once throughout the whole time we've been there, but they may be able to be there for us when we need them during that senior graduation or during that senior prom. Some people may have somebody that's all the way on the other side of the United States or the other side of the world. That person may have something that you need to get to the next level. That could be a mentor, it could be a personal friend, a coach. It could also be something that you need to get this next job or to get this next opportunity that's presenting itself. That's the way life goes. We had a lot of time that people spent talking to people that were just in their certain area, but that's not how life is. Sometimes you got to go all the way over there, talk to somebody else. The same way we introduced ourselves at the beginning, you got to be able to meet and greet, sell your brand. That's their brand. You guys have to know each and every time that you speak, each and every time that you come into public with somebody who again is a human being, you are representing a brand.
Dream that I ain't dreamed yet, but I'ma meet it halfway if I keep on walking. If I keep on walking.
This may be the last time. This may be the last.
Who is your family? Do you know again who again your grandparents are, your great-grands? Do you know what they stood for? I recently had my grandfather pass away at the age of 92 years old, recently, from septic pneumonia with a slight bit of Alzheimer's and dementia. That was one of the most roughest periods for me because that's the first family member that actually passed within my family circle. But 92, I mean, that brother was living. There are many people that wish they could make it past their 50s, even as us as adults. But he made it. If you reach even the 80 year to 85 mark, that means that you lived an awesome life. Not an okay life, an awesome life. But again, that's something that influenced me. My grandfather, he was always into community engagement, community activism. He worked for the New York Post. He was also, again, always influenced by his culture of Trinidadian descent. He was somebody that impacted me at a young age. Somebody in your family may have, again, done the same thing. But that's something that, again, determines who you are as a brand. How many of y'all in the room may be the first person in your family to attend college? Because this is a huge factor that I like to always point out. Because this is something that's legendary for you guys. Raise your hands high again so I can see. We have about 1, 2, 3. Okay. That is huge. Never undervalue your education. Again, my family is from a Trinidadian descent, and many other individuals in my family, they may come from third world countries, just like some of your family members. Never undervalue the point that you are educated in the greatest nation in the world, the United States of America. Your education sets you apart. Do not undervalue that. There are many people that, again, wish that they could walk to school, but they're separated from lines of things that they can't even control. But you guys have the opportunity each and every day to go to class. Do not take that for granted and do not undervalue what you can become and who you are right now.
We all meet together. Maybe the last time. I don't know. Oh, it may be the last time.
Too much light to
You're making them want to do right, Lou. They're getting self-esteem, Lou. These girls are trying to be queens, Lou. They're trying to graduate from school, Lou. They're starting to think that smart is cool, Lou. They're trying to get about
college. I met so many different cultures, so many different ethnic backgrounds, so many different people that is my circle of my network, which is going to create my net worth. Your circle of people that you grow up with and also that you'll meet along your journey to success, don't take that for granted. Because I know that I can call people that are in different states right now. Every time I may have a trip or have a speaking engagement or just be going to visit family, I don't call up hotels, I call them up. They're my connection. That's the persons who I'm gonna reach out to if I wanna know a new area. Your college education, again, it's not just about the 4-year degree, even for my age group, 35 and below millennials, your age group that's coming up, people are getting masters within 5 to 6 years nowadays, doctorates. I have friends who are 26, 27, 28, they're about business, they're not about playing games. Nowadays, the 4-year degree is not gonna cut it. A technical college degree is sometimes not going to cut it. You have to know that your education, again, is separating you as a brand from the pack. Not for the university, because we know the universities, they making money when we go in there and take those classes. But what are you getting out of the experience?
Chest high and rising, almost touching the knees of stewardess and the pilot. Lucky they make you fly with personal floating devices, tricks falling out of my sleeves. David Blaine, make your brain, you make a boat, I make a plane. Then I pull the plug and I make it drain until I feel like flowing and filling it up again. West side.
6, 5, 4 seconds and counting. I'm going for the kill. Mayday, kamikaze, yeah, yeah. I'm crashing into you. 2, 1, call me crazy.
You want somebody to greet you the proper way, right? And always stand, right? You gotta always stand. Always stand when you're talking to somebody older, right? Look them in the eye. That's a great handshake, though. Making sure that you don't have any bone-crushing grips. Making sure even as a lady, you still are not too dainty, not too ladylike to not give a proper handshake, right? Because you're gonna be talking to a lot of male coaches, I'm sure, if you plan on running track in college, right? Always represent. Just because you're a lady does not mean that you cannot, again, greet a male the proper way with that handshake. Gender or age is not the deciding factor, but again, your attitude is. If somebody is talking to you, they don't want to see you look away, that you're shy, that you're not able to hold a conversation with a grown adult or even somebody your age, they want to know you're present. Say your name and something cool about yourself that they'll remember. You go to school where again? DeKalb County. Naming your school or naming again what you're into, what you're passionate about, that's something that again people will remember whether you realize it or not. When you want to go into athletics, you want to go into a certain college, you want to get into a certain position when you guys start working. Some of y'all are close to working in the room. For those who are in high school, you want people to remember you. You want people to remember the schools or remember something interesting about you. Because you don't want to be forgotten, do you? You don't want to be average, do you? And so you have to set yourself apart, right? These are things, again, that people are going to realize that, again, you're different. You've been taught the right way. You have proper etiquette, you have training, you have opportunities that I would want to hire you. I would want you to go to my school. I would want you to come on my team versus, again, someone else who may not know these things. So always find little key things to have people remember you by.
This time, I'ma attempt great things. No more safe, kid. Take risks, ain't big for the name. Let's go kill every day, leave it dead like Mayfield. Cinco de Mayo, we going higher. My ego can be on this bio. Minor or major, success is not a number.
I won't stay here another night if I gotta sacrifice who I am on the inside. I'd rather be an outside.
Volunteering in your community is a great way to feed your soul. I'm a firm believer of if you're not volunteering in your community, if you're not volunteering at school, and of course if you're not volunteering at church, then you're not feeding your soul, because Jesus was a servant first. That's true at the end of the day. If you're not serving others, you're not walking in the same line as Jesus. Because Jesus wasn't getting paid, he was serving. He was giving out his gift. He was giving out his ability to help others. If you're not serving others, you're not serving your community, you're not serving your church, you're not serving whatever entity that you're attached to, you're not feeding your soul. If you're not volunteering through your organizations, through your church, and also through your family dynamic, then again, you are not getting the proper investment in your soul and in yourself. Helping others, again, excels you in so many different ways possible that I can't even sit here right now with you guys and name them. Through Hands-On Atlanta and working in a service organization such as AmeriCorps, I've met some of the most profound people here in Atlanta. You are able to meet people so many times in volunteering in different organizations that you wouldn't meet. It's mind-blowing. Volunteering, serving, helping others, that's the wave of the future. Who are you helping that's going to, again, benefit you? And also that's going to benefit, again, what your success is. Who are you giving to that cannot help themselves? The law of reciprocity, as I've been taught, what you give unto others, as they say, is going to definitely come back to you, whether it be now or in the future. You have to know that there's an even exchange. If you're giving to somebody, you're getting something in return. If you're volunteering for somebody, you're getting something in return. If you are sowing something in the ground, just as some of you guys may be in gardening or horticulture, your parents may be teaching you how to grow from the ground up. Every time you sow something, if you are taking care of it and through the law of harvest and reciprocity, you are going to gain something from that ground. But if you're not serving others and if you're serving yourself, then that means, again, at the end of the day, you're not getting the benefit of that exchange.
I see you on the other side. I wanna live the free life. I'd rather be an outside. I'd rather be an outside.
I go harder, 'cause I done been knocked down again. But what don't kill me, that make me stronger. Stronger, that make me stronger. Stronger, I gotta live.
Building relationships are king in the business or in the corporate or nonprofit sector. If you're not building a strong relationship to have followers, again, that want to value you and invest in you and invest in your skills, your vision, your goals, your dreams, when you're influencing others in the workplace, the culture is changing. When you're influencing others in your family lifestyle, your family legacy is changing. Your family legacy is changing. Your family legacy is changing. This classroom, when you're plugging into like minds, you're exhibiting change in this class and in this business world that you are going into. Your knowledge base that you're building right now is going to determine whether you continue to go in the same career path or whether you change. Like us as being millennials or even Generation Z in the room, who are 35 and below, you again are going to be at the average job for no less than 3 years, no more than 3 years. The average millennial, especially 35 and below, they stay at a company or organization less than 3 years. Generation Z, if you were born after 1995, is even less than that. So again, we switch jobs quickly. If again, that company is not embedding our values that we stand for, again, if that paid salary that we're getting is not, again, what we want, if that's not helping us build our legacy with what we want to be known as for this job or this particular career, we're out. We don't even stay but more than 3 years.
I feel like an orphan lately. That's such a selfish statement. Look how my heart is patient. You send these trials to make me, but never let them break me. Media haters said that on top of our haters. My homies get glad with bangers. Detractors wanna debate us. And you sustain us, won't let us get.
Know that you're struggling sometimes, but you gotta keep on fighting a good fight. And if you trust your Father, then it'll make it alright. But never ever ever don't hide your light. I know that you're struggling sometimes, but you gotta keep on fighting a good fight. And if you trust in Father, then it'll make it alright. But never ever ever don't hide your light. The creator of the universe working everything together for my benefit, so I cannot ever quit. His plans are for my good and never for my evil, regardless of the scorn of these religions.